Hi, my name's Gary Bulmer. I'm helping with the batteries and charging segment. And I'm going to lead off with a silent slideshow on battery basics. Then we'll follow with various things that we have for charging. At any rate, I'd encourage you to enter your questions when you think of them. We will deal with questions at the end. So without further ado, here's a slideshow. This is what the Battery University homepage looks like. And their #1 article is right on target. Okay, let's take up the subject of charging.
My name is Kevin Hart, and I've been driving electric since 2009. And charging from home about the same amount of time. I had a home charger back in 2009 with my Nissan Leaf. Charged at work. I work at ORNL, and there's charging stations at ORNL. So I charge at work. I charge at home. I've used the public chargers for both local and long road trips. And we're going to have some videos here coming up that address each one of those sort of areas. So my Nissan Leaf was given to a family member. It's still in service. So that Nissan Leaf has been running for about 11 years now. And I now own, then I bought a Model S. So I've had a Tesla Model S and used the Tesla superchargers. And now I just upgraded to a brand new 2020 Model X. So I have a Tesla Model X. So SUVs certainly can go long range. The range is over 300 miles. So let's start with, let's see here, charging at home. And we got a video for that.
Hey guys, I'm Jason, Electric Vehicle Transportation Coordinator at the Southern Alliance for Clean Energy. Today I'll be showing you 2 at-home charging options for your electric vehicle. Many people who are new to electric vehicles may still think in the traditional vehicle fueling model. I drive my car to a place that has fuel, I put the fuel in the car, and then I continue on my journey. With electric vehicles, this may sometimes be true, but most electric vehicle owners do the majority of their charging at home. Imagine not having to stop on your way to work or on your way home from the grocery store. One of the benefits of home charging is rarely having to stop specifically to fuel unless you are going on a longer trip. With home charging, you have 2 levels of charging. Each level indicates a higher voltage, in turn speeding up the charge rate. Level 1 is the standard 120 volts that you already plug your TV or coffee maker into. Level 2 is the 240 volt outlet that you would use for your clothes dryer. Most homes already have at least the infrastructure to accommodate level 1 charging, and increasingly home builders are starting to include an EV-ready option with at least one 240 volt outlet in the garage. Many electric vehicles on the market come with a charging cable that allow you to charge at level 1 or level 2. Thanks for watching. I hope this video showed you just how easy and convenient charging your electric vehicle can be. Have any questions about this video? Comment below and we will try to answer it for you. Until next time, this is Jason signing off.
All right. As you have questions, type them in. We'll do the questions at the end. But personally, I've used a number of those methods that you just saw on the screen there. So I remember taking a long road trip up to Northport, Michigan in my Model S and being at my sister's house. And they had electric dryer outlet in the garage, but unfortunately it was the wrong format. So I trickle charged my Model S at the time. That took quite a long time. So each of those different voltages are important in terms of time to charge. So next video up is public charging.
Hey guys, I'm Jason Casey, Electric Vehicle Transportation Coordinator at the Southern Alliance for Clean Energy. In our last video, we discussed home charging options. This week, we're going to tackle another question we frequently hear. What about public charging? Whether you're an apartment dweller or need to charge on the road, public charging is essential for some electric vehicle drivers. Currently in homes, there are only 2 speeds of charging. Level 1, which is slower, and level 2, which is a little bit faster. When you're out and about, grocery shopping, enjoying a mall or museum, or visiting other places where your vehicle may be parked for a few hours, you'll most frequently see level 2 charging stations. These stations are often free or cheap to use. In only a couple of hours, a level 2 charger could add 50 miles or more to your car's battery. On a longer trip and need a quicker charge, level 3 charging stations are often located along highway routes. Level 3 stations provide power using DC or direct current at a much higher voltage and speed, allowing you to get back on the road charged up in as little as 20 to 30 minutes depending on your electric vehicle. Even though level 3 stations are rarely free, they still cost less per mile driven than it costs to fuel up a gas car. To review, you can find level 1 and level 2 stations in residences, and level 2 stations, as well as faster level 3 or DC chargers, can be found in public places, sometimes for a nominal fee that still beats the price of gas. Thanks for watching. I hope this video showed you just how easy and convenient charging your electric vehicle can be. Have any questions about this video? Comment below, and we'll try to answer it for you. Until next time.
All right, so yeah, I've used many public chargers, and it's kind of interesting to see how many of them are being built these days. So let's go on to charging on road trips. This is the next video.
Hey, this is Jason Casey, Electric Vehicle Transportation Coordinator for the Southern Alliance for Clean Energy. Today we're going to be interviewing my wife to learn about what it's like for her to be an electric vehicle owner.
Hey, I'm Grace. I am a teacher of the visually impaired. I am a mother of 2 beautiful girls. I am an EV owner. I love my electric vehicle. I've had an electric vehicle since June of 2017. I don't have range anxiety when I go on trips. No, I know that electric vehicle charging stations are conveniently located everywhere, so that makes me feel good. And I feel really confident and comfortable with the range that my car battery holds. So the longest trip that I've traveled in my electric vehicle has been from South Florida all the way up to Montreal, Canada, and back. That trip was amazing. That was actually the first week that we bought my Tesla. And I mean, I felt confident doing the trip because I knew that every 100 miles we would reach a charging station for the car, which was actually nicer comparably than when I owned a gas vehicle, because in a gas vehicle you just have to ride for hours in a car. But with a Tesla, you have more time to stop and get out and stretch. And at the time, my husband and I had a 10-month-old. So it was nice for her to get out of the car, and then, we could like change diapers and things like that. And then even like little hidden things, along the way, we found the Pez factory, and we probably wouldn't have even seen that if we were in a gas car. So what I like most about traveling and doing trips in an electric vehicle is that you're able to explore the area that you're charging in. So you can get out of your car, you can go to a local restaurant, try some new food, do some shopping. Maybe there's a museum or something like that nearby. So it really gives you that opportunity to just explore and have fun and see new things that maybe you wouldn't see in a gas vehicle.
Thanks for watching. I hope this video resolved any reservations that you had about having an electric vehicle. If you still have questions, please comment below and we'll try to respond to them in the future.
All right. So my longest road trip has been up and down to Northport, Michigan, about 650 miles one way. So it is, I think on the video you saw the navigation system. So the navigation system does a lot of the thinking for you. You type in your destination and it tells you which charging stations, at least on the Teslas, which charging stations you're going to stay at and approximately how long you're going to stay there. So it does the trip planning for you. So it's not that difficult. All right. So, and actually that's a good lead into the next video, finding an EV charging station.
Hey guys, this is Jason again, Electric Vehicle Transportation Coordinator for the Southern Alliance for Clean Energy. In previous videos, we talked about home charging, public charging, and even road trips. But how do you find these stations? At home, you have level 1 and level 2 stations. In public, you have level 2 and level 3 stations. While many different brands of charging stations have their own proprietary app, these apps are limited to just the stations manufactured by that brand. In an attempt to be brand neutral, we're going to show you PlugShare, which pulls all these different stations in one place and makes it easier to use. In PlugShare, you can limit the stations you see based on the specific model of electric vehicle you have. Not all vehicles can charge on all charging stations, but many of them are compatible with the stations found in the public. In this video, we're showing you all charging stations so you can see what's out there and how you can filter the results. Many of these stations are located near places you already visit, like malls or hotels. This allows you to charge while you're at your destination and leave when you're ready without having to stop at another location, like you would with gas. Each station has a crowdsourced review system, allowing you to see other people's experiences at these stations. You can also filter by plug type and even brand. Green icons indicate level 2 charging stations. These are most commonly available. As you can see, people can submit pictures and comments on the station, much like on Yelp. This allows you to see what people think of these stations even before you visit them. Orange icons indicate level 3 charging stations or DC fast chargers. Some of these locations also have level 2 charging stations. In the event that the level 3 station is in use, you can still charge as you wait. Thanks for watching. I hope this video answered any questions you have about locating charging stations for your future electric vehicle. Have any questions? Please comment below and we'll try to get to them in the next video. Until next time, this is Jason signing off.
All right, excellent. So we're going to have a drawing for an Amazon gift card coming up in a little bit here, but we're going to deal with some questions first. So let's see.
Yeah, I've got the questions.
Okay.
The first one's to me, and it's not really a question, but I do want to respond to it. Apparently my slides, excuse me, my slides ran too fast. I have a PDF version that I will be happy to post. Perhaps someone can tell me if I can post it on the Knoxville Electric Vehicle Association website, but I think that's possible. If someone wants to give me an email address, I'll email them if you want to type that in. So sorry if I'm too fast. It's probably going to happen again in the conversion section. But again, I have a PDF version of that one as well. So I'll leave the next question open to someone else.
So I see a question there. What is the cost for a home charging system? So there's quite a bit of variation, I think, in terms of the models that you can get. My personal experience was being an early adopter has its advantages. So a part of the back in 2009 when I had a charging station installed at my house, it was actually free. So sometimes there are programs by utilities and other organizations to install those. Now, in my case, it was early data collection to see how charging at home would affect the grid. So there was a justification for doing some free systems out there. But as I recall, they can range in price from a few $100s to $800 is my recollection. But I don't have that information. Some more requests for the slides. I'm also supposed to point out the website, knoxev.org. I think there's going to be some information posted on the website as well. Okay, so sorry, I guess we had some audio issue. Yeah, so I'm a little scared about quoting pricing on the charging system costs. I've seen a number of different systems out there, and I just think you have to do a web search on those systems because they can vary in terms of their capabilities, and a lot of it has to do with the features that they include to give you information about your charging. So if you just take a cable out of your car and plug it into an electric dryer outlet, the car software is basically all you have in terms of controlling the system. Some of the other charging stations, you have more software in the charging component of it, and it can provide data on electrical usage and some other things that you might be interested in. So my charging station at home will tell me how many kilowatt hours have been consumed and things like that. A lot of cars control the timing of the charging too. So if you just plug it in, you can set your car, via your car software, to charge it like in the evening when you're asleep or when the rates are lower. You don't necessarily need a charging station in your garage in order to do that. So sometimes if you want low cost, I would just go with basically the best 220 outlet you can get in terms of amps. So you have to check your car to find out how many amps it can take. Some are limited to 20 amps. Some are provide higher, double that, 40 amps. So it depends on what circuit you have and things like that, and what your overall house electrical situation is. Because at some point, I think someone asked once, can you have a Tesla supercharger at home? And unfortunately, that's a little too much for a residential installation.
Well, I'll try to help you out here. The questions are whizzing past me so fast, I don't think we can keep up.
Yeah.
Getting back to the question about costing at home, I've always charged primarily at home, and I essentially don't notice any difference in my electric bill. You're only talking a few dollars a charge at the most. My first electric car was about $1 to fill up, and I didn't have to fill up every day. So it was pretty small. I see one about portable batteries that you can charge from home and take with you. That's really not a very practical idea. They'd be big, bulky, and dangerous to handle because the cars are running at most of the cars are running at over 350 volts. Now, what I have seen is small trailers that have extra batteries to pull. Again, that's not a simple thing to pull off, but it's been done. I think that the best thing to do is to rely on what the manufacturers have done, is given us more range and lots of chargers. I don't think it's really that big a problem. If you're like me with a CHAdeMO charger, well, you know, there's some chargers were going to fall by the wayside, and unfortunately it's mine, but I use the car locally and it's really not a problem for me.
So I just looked up, because the question was asked about incentives in the area. This is just a quick search, KUB. Just doing a little check-in here. So it says here, go to the KUB.org website, and it says electric vehicle charger rebate. So it looks like you can apply to earn up to $400 on a new level 2 charger.
An older question that was typed in was, what's the status and development and sale of portable chargers for consumers? There's quite a few options out there, and it's not very expensive. I did my own because my Nissan came with what you saw in a video. It's a cable with an electronics box that'll do all the talking for you. But I plug into a dryer plug, which is actually the same plug that they use in RV parks, which increases your options for locations to charge, by the way. So I can plug into 240. It's called a NEMA 14-50 plug, if you know what that means. But that's just the format of the plug. And I can draw 30 amps at home because I put in my own dryer plug right below my electric box, which is conveniently located in the garage. And I'm not saying you should do it yourself, but it doesn't cost that much. I had less than $200 in parts, and when you add the labor of a simple installation like that, it's really not a lot of money. They sell complete systems for several $100s. It's not terribly expensive. I see a complaint about Dirty Duke Energy. Well, I've got some sympathy. KUB is kind of dragging their feet on solar power, at least in my opinion. And they've done nothing for time of day rate incentives for charging at night. But hopefully we'll be persistent and get something to happen. I can't think of his name right now, but Knoxville does have an environmental officer, and if someone was looking for how to advance charging in multi-unit dwellings, I would believe that our city government in Knoxville would be supportive. They may not have funding to do that, but they would be interested in talking to anyone that wanted to talk to them. So I would suggest you go to the Knox City website and search for environmental or sustainability. I forget the keywords, but it shouldn't be very hard to find.
Yeah, another option is if you live in a large rental community. Sometimes those rental communities have apartment associations, just like some developments have homeowners associations. So sometimes you can pull money and get a charging station or two installed, depending on level of interest of the larger community. So
I'm slowly working through the collection of questions here and emailing the slideshows. Hopefully we can get those posted on the Knoxville Electric Vehicle Association website.
which is knoxev.org. So I'm supposed to remember. We're probably going to be done here in a minute or two. All right, so I think that we are now at our time to conclude the batteries and charging session. So thank you all.